I'll just share the screen as well. Yeah, I think you all can see the screen, right? No, anyone? Guys, make this session interactive. Please try to like talk. Ramna, can you hear me?
Yeah, sir.
Then no, why can't you respond? What about Ravi and Naveen, Jagdish? Can't you hear me? Okay, it's up to you. Okay, I'm gonna like start the session. You can unmute now. Like if you have any queries, you can just like unmute it and you can talk now. Once you're done, your thing is done, you can mute it. Yeah, thank you. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do? Yesterday we have discussed about attribute selectors. Have you practiced how the attribute selectors is done? Okay, today I'm gonna discuss about combinator selectors. We call that as combinator selectors. I gonna remove every styles over here. I've removed all the styles and I'll remove all the comments over here. And I'm gonna remove all the elements inside the body. Okay, I have removed all the elements. Now everything is fine. I mean, the basic structure is here. Now I'm gonna like remove this as well. Combinator. I'm gonna rename it as combinator selectors in CSS. Now I'm gonna save this file as now I'm gonna like save this inside one more folder. I'm gonna create one more folder over here. Call it as CSS. Inside this, I'll write like add this file. Combinator selector in CSS.html. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is now firstly before jumping into like the coding and all, we'll just try to understand what are all the different types we have, so that we can like go one-on-one things. Now, combinator selectors. Okay, what is this combinator selectors? See, combinator selectors is nothing but in the name itself you can see the combination of two selectors. Okay. Now how and what where these sort of things I gonna like tell you how to do all those things. Okay, and like first one is what are all the different types you have. The first one is going to be descendant selector. Descendant selector. Okay, next we have child selector, and next we have adjacent sibling selector. Okay, next we have general sibling selector. Okay, these are all the different combinator selectors we are going to have. Now how to like select all these elements, how the syntax is going to be, and all these sort of things I'm going to explain you out. Okay, for that we need to have a basic a few, like just give me a second. Tata ತಿಂತೀವಾ తినేస్తావా చేస్తా అంటది అప్పుడప్పుడు. సాయంత్రం మాట్లాడదాం, చేస్తాం. ఏం లేదు చూద్దాం. సరే, నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా, సాయంత్రం వస్తా. ఇప్పుడు ఆవుల వరకు పోతున్నావా? వస్తా కొంతసేపు, అప్పకు వస్తా. కొంతసేపు, ఒక అరగంట. క్లాస్ అయిపోయినాక వస్తా. Sorry for that, guys. We have H2 over here, like anything. I just want to write this descendant selector. Okay, now try to execute this. Open in default viewer. Okay, we have a descendant selector here. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a few things over here, like the list of items. Either it is going to be ordered list or unordered list, anything. Okay, UL. What is UL? It is going to be unordered list. LI, list of items. We're gonna add some list of items. Why can't we add all these descendant selectors? Descendant selector, and I'll just copy paste this. Control C. See, when there is an option of copy pasting, always try to copy paste. Don't like sit and write each and everything which is required. Child and adjacent sibling. And general sibling. Okay, these are all the selectors we are going to have. Now what I'm gonna do is, now I'll just make a few things over here. Now how to write this descendant selector? We are talking about like descendant selector. How we are going to like check it? How we are going to write? When it comes to descendant selector, see in the name itself, if you try to understand, descendant in the sense which is going to be like the children's. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is, here, what is the syntax? Here we have UL, and what is this LI is the child of this UL, right? Now how this descendant selector is going to work is, it should be the parent and child relationships. When it comes to descendant selector and child selector, this both should be parent and child related, then only it is going to work. Okay, this descendant and child selector, they both are related to parent and child relationship. Okay, now I'm going to write the syntax UL and LI. Okay, which is the parent and the children. Okay, now you can write your styles. Now what I'm going to give, write the styles is border of 2px solid red color. Okay, now I'm going to save and I'm going to reload the page. See, if you try to check, for each and every child over here has the border has been applied. Okay, and next I'm going to give some margin as well here, so that margin bottom I'm going to give margin bottom of 10px, so that we'll be having some space between the margins. Okay, I think you all are clear. See guys, and also I was like telling you, if you're not understanding, or if you have any any set of things which you are not understanding, please let me know. Okay, make sure that you are getting understanding. Okay, I was like I'll be I if you're not understanding, I gonna like repeat you once again. Okay, and also we are not in the college to if you ask what they're gonna think, no. Okay, that is not the scenario over here. If you have doubt, please let me know. Next, this is about like the syntax for this descendant selector is using the space. See, I'm gonna give space over here. Space, I just gonna give space like for your better understanding. UL and LI. Here you're gonna give some space. Is this the only way to write the dissonant selector? No. Okay. Whether it is going to be whatever the children it is going to be. I'm gonna pass something like p tag. Okay, I'm gonna pass my p tag. This is paragraph. Now I'm gonna save. Now what I'm gonna do is for my paragraph, I want to add these things, the border, not for the LIs. Okay, now this is going to apply. See, the only for the para it is going to apply. Okay, but it should be parent and child relationships. Then only it is going to happen. Okay. Next. Okay, and also is this the only way? No, you can also add the class over here. Class is equals to, I'm gonna give it as a dissonant selector. Dissonant select. I'll give you a shortcut for this. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is this the only way? No. Okay. You can also using not only tag selector you need to write. You can also write. I mean, select the element using the class name as well. Class name in the sense it is going to represent using the dot. Okay. The only thing is you need to like have the space. If you give space, how it is going to check in the sense it is going to check the parent and child relationships. It is going to firstly check the ULs available in your page. Okay, and next inside that ULs, it is going to check for this particular class dot disk select. If it finds that element with the class name disk select, then these properties it is going to apply. Very simple. There is no complexity or I mean a rocket science over here. Okay, a small things. That's it. I'm gonna save and I'm gonna reload the page now. See now the same thing. Next. See for a class using class you can select, using element you can select. Okay, that is not a big deal. You can like select using attribute selectors also you can do it. Okay. Next, I think you understood about this dissonant selector. Next, we have child selector. What is this child selector? Okay, how we are going to, I mean, what is the syntax over it? Okay, when it comes to child selector, we are going to represent using greater than symbol. Okay, and also one more thing, if you want, there is a difference between this. They both are going to work the same way. Okay, but with a few differences. Okay, I'm gonna tell what the differences are. See, what I'm gonna do is inside this UL itself. Okay, I'm gonna add one more LI. I mean UL. Again, I'm gonna add UL. Nested cells. This we call it as nested children. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add list of items. Okay. This is. I'll just copy these items, or else I'll give other things. HTML. I'll just copy all this. CSS, JavaScript, and React. React.js. Now I'm gonna say this. If you try to have a look over here, see this is how our output are, and also it is going to be a nested children. Okay, there is a small differences between this. Okay, firstly I'll try to like we are talking about dissonant as well. Okay, now I'll try to remove. We'll try to apply for all the list of items, not for the p tag, for the list of items that represents ULLI. Now I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna reload the page over here. See if you try to check. See, is this the direct children? Is this the direct children HTML, CSS, JavaScript for this particular UL? No, it is inside again UL. Okay, it's inside UL again, nested. This we call it as nested elements. Okay, it is nested to it. Okay, but even though it is the styles are applying to it. Okay, how this dissonant is going to work is once it finds UL, okay, it keeps on like wherever it finds inside this particular UL. Okay, wherever it finds ELI, okay, for all the LI, see, I'll try to remove this. You may ask, okay, this is also UL only. That might be the scenario to work. Okay, so that what I'm gonna do is OL. Okay, I'll change ordered list. Here I'm gonna pass ordered list. Now it is going to be UL. Okay, not see the only for the UL it needs to be applied. Now I'm gonna reload the page. See the same thing. There is no, I mean, a difference between this. Okay, wherever inside this particular UL, wherever it finds list LI, okay, for all the list, even though if it is nested of nested, even inside this also, if you have created nested elements, okay, for all the elements, these properties is going to apply. These properties is going to apply. Okay, that is how this descendant is going to work. But when it comes to this child selector, where the difference is going to come, okay, UL for a child selector, what is I mean, what I said, I mean, greater than symbol, right? This is the syntax, like greater than, okay, UL and LI. Now what I'm gonna do is for the same things, I'm gonna add a few things, like I'm gonna increase font size, and as well as I'll try to change the color as well. Font size of I'm gonna give some 30px, as well as what is the thing, I mean color, change the color, or else background color of light green. Okay, and also I'm gonna add some padding over here, padding of some 10px. Save, and if you try to reload, see, okay, what exactly is happening over here? Okay, it is applying only for the direct children. See these two properties, font size and background color. Okay, this font size and background color is applying only for the direct children. That means, which is the direct children for this UL? These elements are the direct children. This list of items is the direct children. Okay, only for these elements it is going to apply. The rest of the elements it is not going to apply. It is going to ignore it. Okay, now if you like give the list of items here, I can give something like anything, some text over here, these items. See, for this also it is going to apply, because it is going to be the direct children. Okay, it is not going to apply for the nested children, it is going to apply for the direct children. Okay, very simple. I think you understood. If you have any queries in this, like descendant selector or child selector. Okay, there is a slight differences. When it comes to descendant selector, it is going to apply for if it finds, I mean, not only this ULLI, okay, it should be like nested elements. That's it. Is that going to be applied only for the ULLI? No, that is not the scenario. Okay, you need to have like the parent and child relationship. That's it. Okay, if you have the parent and child relationships, it is going to apply for all the elements. Okay, when it comes to this descendant selector, it should be like the children. If even though if it is nested children, nested in the sense, I mean, here like this. Okay, this is the parent, and again we have like there is one parent. It keeps on going, child, children, children. Okay, that we call it as nested elements. Okay, even though if it is nested, it is going to apply. When it comes to like child selector, in the name itself you can understand. Okay, it should be like a direct children, then only it is going to apply the properties, or else it is not going to apply. Okay, next, adjacent sibling selector. Okay, when it comes to this adjacent sibling selector, it is going to represent using plus. Okay, and also it is not like the parent and child relationships. Okay, no, the parent and child relationships is only for the descendant as well as child selector. When it comes to this adjacent sibling selector, I firstly will try to understand the general meanings of these things. We'll understand the terminologies. See, what is adjacent? the general meaning, and what is sibling. Okay, I mean the general English. Adjacent in the sense which is next to us. Okay, which is next to us. And when it comes to sibling, I mean the brother and sister relationships. Okay, I mean the parallels. Okay, that we call it as, or else your friends, like just who is like sitting next to you, the friend. Okay, that is an example. Now we'll try to like check how it is going to happen. Okay, for that I'm gonna like take one more example. Okay, section. So I'm gonna take one section tag. I have taken the section tag. Okay, and I'm gonna give it as this is adjacent sibling selector. Okay, now I'm gonna say this. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add one more tag over here. I'm gonna add some div tag. Okay, see, this is not the children relationships. I mean, not child and parent relationships. Okay, it is next to it. This tag is closed here. This is like I was like next to it. I was writing division. Okay, now I'm gonna add some text. This is adjacent div. Okay, I have given this as adjacent div. Now I'll try to like add some p tag. P tag. This is para, or else adjacent para. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Now I'll try to like have a look over here. If you try to have a look over here, I'll try to increase the height for I mean general body. So that there is like you cannot see like the scroll, so that I can just wanna like add a few basic height for it. Okay, height of something like this. Now I can get the scroll. See, okay, this is what we are planning to do, right? Now, what exactly is happening? I'll just write h2 over here. H2. This is adjacent sibling selector. Okay. Now this is adjacent sibling selector. Now what I'm gonna do? If you have a look at it, now as I told you, it is going to represent using plus. Now for which all the elements I can write? I'm gonna write for section and division. Okay. Section. SECT. One section. And what is the syntax I have told? Like the plus. Okay. Plus division. Okay, section as well as division. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the properties over here. For that I will try to like give some background color of yellow. Okay, now I'll try to reload the page. See what exactly is happening. Okay, this is adjacent sibling selector. See which adjacent sibling selector in the sense which is next to it. Okay, like friends, these are all the friends which is not inside, like this is not nested elements. There is no parent and child relationships. Okay, they are friends, these people are friends. Okay, and what this plus is going to do is it should be the I mean it should be its friend. Okay, which is next to it. And also now what I'm going to do is I'll just copy this p tag and I'll pass it over here after section. Now what it is going to happen is the properties is going to apply. No. Okay, you might ask, sir, it is also the friends, right? But why it is not applying? Okay, the thing is, when it comes to adjacent sibling selector, it should be like immediate next to it. Okay, then only it is going to apply, or else it is not going to apply. Okay, it should be immediately next to it. In the sense, here, immediately next to it, immediately next section after div. Okay, which is immediately next to it, then the properties are going to apply, or else it is not going to apply. Okay, you might ask, so can I add this? I mean, if once again the div is available, okay, if the divs continues available, is it going to apply? No. Why? Because it is just for the first child only it is going to apply. I mean, first sibling, which is immediately, that is what the naming convention says, adjacent sibling. Okay, adjacent is nothing but which is immediately next to it. Okay, sibling in the sense which is the parallel. If it is having that, then only it is going to apply, or else it is not going to apply. Okay, that is how this adjacent sibling selector is going to happen. Okay, when it comes to this general sibling selector, okay, these both are related. Okay, how these both are related? In the same way, these both are related, adjacent sibling selector as well as general sibling selector. Okay, how we are going to represent it over here? Okay, title, using the title. I mean, I'll just use my virtual keyword. See, we are going to use using this title wave symbol. Okay, this is going to represent the general sibling selector. Okay, now for that, what I gonna do? I gonna add this for this h2. I'll try to add for this h2 and the div. Okay, h2 and div. h2, is that the only, like, we are always using the tag names? Is this the only possible way? No, you can also use class names. Class is equals to, I gonna add the class name, adjacent selector, adjacent select, adjacent select. I'll just copy this, control C. What is the syntax over here? Using class in the sense, using represent, it is going to represent using dot. Next, the title over here, which we have for general sibling selector. I'm gonna like paste it over here, and as well as the next one which we are planning to is the division, div. Okay, now open floor brackets and close floor brackets. Now what I'm gonna do is, you can add your properties over here. Color blue. Okay, next I'm gonna add text align center. Okay, now I'm gonna save this, and if you have a look at it, see what exactly is happening. We just added the background color, right? I mean, sorry, the text, and also I'm gonna add like font size. Font size is equals to font size of like some 30 pixels. Okay. Oh, okay, this is the spelling.
Spelling is wrong.
Yeah, thank you. Now, if you try to check, you have the it is applying. Okay, but you may ask, what is this yellow color? This is applying from this section. I mean, general sibling selector. When it comes to this, I mean, sorry, adjacent sibling. Now we are talking about general sibling. Okay, wherever it finds. Okay, wherever, see, you see h2, right? We are using from this element. There is in between this div and h2, we have section. Okay, it doesn't care. Okay, it is like general sibling in the sense it should be like sibling, it should not be like immediately next to it. Okay, it should be like sibling, that's it. If it finds the sibling, then all the properties, I mean, for it, it is going to apply. The syntax is this title, this wave. Okay, this wave symbol. Okay, this represents general sibling selector. Okay, whereas like you can also add a division over here, control C, and I'm gonna paste it over here after the p tag. Save and reload. See, this is not going to consider. After this we have like a division. Yeah, it is also going to apply. Okay, this is how these adjacent sibling selectors is going to work. Okay, this is like this selectors is very very important. Okay, in most of the cases we are going to use C, and also each and every class we are going to talk is important. If you are like missing, it is going to be you are going to miss that particular session. Okay, so please don't try to like miss the classes. Okay, and any queries in this particular I mean thing? All of you, Ramanaya, Jagadish, Ravi, Naveen.
No, sir. No.
Yeah, and you can like this how what you guys gonna do is you need to practice all these selectors. Okay, I gonna give forward a few tasks, you need to complete that. But what the thing I have planned today is to come, I mean, to give you the overview of the layout, how to create the layout. Okay, but most of the people are not available today. Okay, so we'll do one thing. And what the thing is, tomorrow is going to be a holiday due to Diwali. So what we're going to do is, okay, I'll just give you the brief description, okay, about like how to create a layout using Flex, so that you can practice that out. Okay, I'll try to like tell you so that you can practice that. Okay, now I'm gonna create a new file, Control A, Control C, and Control V. I'll remove everything out here. Yeah, and creating layout in CS, I mean HTML. This I can like tell you this using HTML. Okay, in how many ways we can create the layout? We can using CSS. In CSS, we can create the layout in 3 ways. The first one is going to be float, flex, and grid. Okay, I was like just to I mean tell how to create the layout using HTML. Okay, using flex. In detail, we are not going to like talk about in detail over here. Okay, again, there is a complete full day, I mean 1 day session for each and every topic. Okay, so there we are going to talk in detail. Here I'm gonna like save it as creating layout using HTML dot HTML. Okay, it's this file type is wrong. Save as dot HTML. Okay, now everything is fine. See how to like when we call it as like a layout. Okay, we'll try to open this Flipkart. What is layout in the sense? Okay, if you wants to construct our house, okay, are we going to like without any proper plan, are we going to construct the house? If you have done that, okay, after few days you will be like not in a position, it is not going to be the proper way. Okay, in that scenario, what we are going to do, we need to have a some before like constructing, we need to have some proper plan, right? For that plan, what we are going to do, okay, that we call it as like layout. When it comes to this web applications, we call it as layout. Okay, now see, how many layouts we have. I mean, one column, two column, three column layout. Okay, these are all the layouts. What is that? Okay, how many columns we have here? One, two, three, four, five, and six. Okay, this we call it a six column layout. This how many we have? One, two, this is two, and three. This we call it as three column layout. Three column, each and everything is going to be one section. This is one section, and this is one section. Okay, this is one section. In this way, we need to like have a we need to like participate. Okay, this is one section, two, three column layout. Okay, one row, three column, two columns we have. I mean, two rows we have, three columns. Okay, next here, one, two, three, four, five, six, six column layout. Here, three column layout, three column layout, three column layout. Here, six column layout. Okay, this is how we need to take care of it. I mean, we need to have a proper planning according to the layout. For this particular layout, how we are going to like create. Okay, now I gonna like take achievers IT. We'll try to like create this header. Okay, how, in what are all the possible ways we can create this header. Okay, if you have a look at it here, what I'm gonna do is, we need to have some proper planning, right? So we have our logo over here. That means I'm gonna use like divisions div. Okay, this is going to be the parent div. Okay, when it comes to this flex also plays with parent and child relationships. This flex is very important. Okay, and also easy. Okay, if you understand this, it is going to be very easy. Okay, inside this, how many columns you want? This is going to be one column, and this is going to be another column. Two column layouts, right? This is one column and this is another column. This, the complete thing, is another column. Again, inside it we have multiple columns. We have again six columns. That is like another scenario. Before that, we have two column layout. See, everything we are I mean, I was trying to tell you here is like real time. Okay, inside this particular div, see, when it comes to the flex, this flex needs to have one parent div. Okay, it should have some parent div. It should always be a parent and child relationships div. Okay, how many columns we want initially? One and two. This complete thing is another column. Okay, now we want two column, so that I have taken one division and two division. I'll try to take two divisions over here. Inside these two divisions, whatever you want here, okay, you are going to add it in the first div. Whatever you want over here, you are going to add it in the second div. Okay, next I want like in the first column, what I'm gonna do is, I can add something like image. We need to add image, right? So I'm gonna add the image tag. src is equals to this image. I'll write like copy the image address, and I'm gonna paste it over here. Next, alternative text is equals to achievers IT logo. Okay, I have taken this as given this as achievers IT logo. Okay, now we'll try to have a look at it. Open in default viewer. See, my logo has been updated. Now what I want next, I mean over here we want these courses. Why can't I take this as like list of items? I'll try to take this as list of items. Okay, inside my second div, because it is my completely second division, second column. So I'll try to take this as list of items. ul inside this ul you have li, li. Okay, I can add a few list of items over here. I'm gonna paste a few more items over here. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, React. Okay, now I'm gonna say this. Now we'll try to have the output. Look at the output, how it is going to be. See, this is how it is coming, right? But how we want, this is how we want. We need to have this side by side. And why it is coming like this one? Why it is coming like this? Why it is not coming here? Anyone? Guys, why it is like coming down by down? Sorry?
We have used this.
Okay.
It's just a normal HTML code, sir. We didn't give an
Okay, that is HTML code, but why it is coming down by down? Why it is not coming side by side?
Yes, we are given a list, sir.
Okay, list is fine. Then why it is not coming? I'm not asking about like HTML. There is a specific reason why it is not coming side by side. I was expecting a specific word for it. Because image is an inline element. Okay. But when it comes to this list of items, these are block level elements. Okay, which is going to block the complete row, and also it is going to always starts with a new line. Okay, that is why it is coming down by down. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next, we want this side by side. Now what we are going to do? Okay, for this now we are going to write a properties for it. Okay, for this what I'm gonna do is for the parent. Okay, for all the parent, for now, for just I was like going to write in inline. Okay, but you should not do this. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I can write a property called as display. This is a property, CSS property, display flex. I haven't written anything else apart from this display flex. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reload. It came side by side. Okay, what is this display flex is going to do is, okay, it makes all the children divisions, okay, to come into a particular one column. I mean one row it is going to make. Okay, it makes all the block level elements to inline. Okay, it makes, I gonna repeat this again, it makes all the block level elements to inline elements. Okay, so these are all like block level elements UL, but it becomes like coming here. Okay, in the same way, if you have 100 divisions also, it is going to like all the divisions it makes into a one row. It brings all the elements to one row. Okay, now that is a small how this flex is going to work. It has a lot of features which we are, as of now we are not going to discuss all of it. Okay, when we are like talking about the complete layouts, we are going to talk about this in detail. Okay, now as of now I was not, I mean, because I have given you the layout. Yesterday I have given you the layout. To create that, you need to have some basic idea. So that is why I was like trying to tell you this. Okay, with a small, see, there is no complexity at all. The only thing is you need to have those common sense. That's it. If you understand the concepts and some common sense, then that is fine. Now I want this list of items. Like it is fine, everything is good, but we need these items to be side by side. Okay, we just made this AUL, I mean inline, but not this LIs. Now for this, what I'm gonna do? For this, the parent is ul and the children are li. For this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write for this style, I'm going to add this property display flex and save. Okay, now if you try to look, so see what it is happening, it becomes inline now, but it is like not up to the mark, like it is like congested. We'll try to like sort that out. Okay, for that, what we are going to do is there is a I gonna write a style. Okay, there is a property called as, this is a children property, flex 1. Okay, for the children property this is. Okay, now I'm gonna paste it for all the children. Okay, flex 1, display flex 1. LA is fine. Okay, that is a scenario, that is why it is not happening. Okay, okay, what we need to do is, for this children we need to make this for this style. For this also we need to pass the flex of 1. Okay, for these children, this is one column, right? This is one column and this is another column. Okay, that is for that I was just talking. Okay, I'm gonna make Control C, and this is the second div, right? For this second div also I'm gonna pass this flex 1. Now if you try to check what exactly is happening, see why it is happening in the sense, see what I have done over here. A small thing I have done. First, for this parent, this is a parent. Okay, for this I have taken 2 divisions, 2 children. This is one and this is another. This is the second one. I want these two in a single row. For that, what I have done, I have given display flex. Okay, it makes all the block level elements to the inline elements. Okay, inline in the sense, whatever the space it is required, it is going to take that particular space. But if that is the scenario, we will not be like these elements are overriding. I mean, it is not, the space is not sufficient. For that, what I have done is, I have given there is a property called as flex 1. What is this flex 1 is going to do? This is one flex and this is another flex. Okay, for these 2 elements I was talking, I was not talking about all these things. Okay, okay, I was just talking about the children, flex 1 and flex 1. What is this flex 1 is going to do? If you try to have a look over here, it is going to divide your screen into that particular, how many flexes we have? 1 and 2 flexes we have. This is 1. See, if you try to see, half of this space is occupied by the first child and the next half is occupied by the second child. Half and half, half and half, half and half. Okay, now you don't want, is that the only way to like add a flex 1? No. Okay, how this is going to work in the sense, you have on a total of 2. Okay, 1 plus 1, 2, right? It is going to have 2. Okay, now how it is going to work in the sense, this complete screen is going to divide it into 2 parts. Okay, the first portion is going to be taken by the first div and the second portion is going to be taken by second div. Okay, next what I'm going to do is, I'll give like this as 4 or 2. Okay, now how many portions it is going to divide? It is going to divide it 2 plus 1, 3. On a total of this particular screen, it is going to divide it into 3 parts. And the first 2 parts is going to taken by the first div and the last 1 part is taken by the second div. See, if you try to see here, you can understand here. You can see a mark over here. Okay, 2 portions is taken by the first division and the third portion is, I mean, the second portion is going to taken by I mean one portion. I think you understood. Okay, now that is how you are going to do it. Okay, now I don't want this. You can like for this and all, you can add your for this, and you can add your change this, not HTML CSS. You can add your pages list. Okay, like this. You can add this pages. Okay, this you can add this menu inside that menu. And I don't want this dots or anything. I don't want this styles. For that, what you are going to do? Okay, there is a property called it as list style type none. Okay, if you like see, I'm gonna write it over here. List style list style type list style type of none. Okay, what this list style type is none is going to do is it is going to remove all the stylings to it. Okay, I mean no dots and nothing. Okay, I'm gonna pass it over here. I was writing inline stylings. Okay, this is like display flags. Oh, sorry, list style type none. There is this UL here. I can add one more property type. List style type. Style type none. Okay, now I'm gonna save this and reload this. See, there is no styles applied here. Now I want this background color of black. The same thing when it comes to this same thing, the flex logic, the same thing. This is the parent and child. Okay, now this list of items, how many list of items we have? 3, 6, 3, 4, 5. Okay, for all this list of items, I have given flex 1. Okay, so that it is going to divide equally. If you pass like 2 over here, for this JavaScript, the space will be more occupied. See, for this JavaScript, the space is more occupied. Okay, a small things. Now I want this background color. To which one, if I apply the background color, is going to apply for this particular parent div. Okay, which is the parent div, display flex. Okay, for that I'm gonna give background color of black. I'm gonna save this file and I'll reload. See, you can like the background color has been applied, but not you cannot see the text over here because the color is also black over there. So what I'm gonna do is I'll give color as white so that the text becomes white. Understood? This is how you need to create your layout. Okay, if it is like 2 column, for 2 column we are talking. If you have 3 column, then what you need to do? You need to create one more division. This is one division, this is second division, and the third division. Okay, if you want one more column. Okay, then what are all the things which you need in third column? You can write inside this particular division. Okay, I think you understood. Any doubts in this? This just to create the layout. You first try to understand this and you practice the same thing. Okay, and also I have written the inline styles. You don't write this inline, you make it in internal. I'm gonna check this. Okay, this is your task as well as you need to like write this. You should not write this in inline. It should be written in internal. Okay, and with the same example. Okay, with the as well as you need to create the same thing. I mean this it should be links, not the here it is. I haven't made any links over here, but in your page it should be links with the same menu. Okay, and also you should create the footer. This footer you need to create. How many columns we have? 4 column layout. you need to create this complete footer. Okay. The same, I mean, if you understand that simple flex, this is a small piece of cake. Okay, you can build this in 5 minutes. Okay, very simple. And this, that is the task, guys. I mean, the header and the footer should be created, and as well as the task which I have given yesterday, the layout, like I have given a small image. Okay, you need to be, I mean, use, if you use this flex, that is also will be done in like easily. There is no complexity. Okay, you try to complete that. Okay, that is a task to you. Header, footer, in the body content, you need to add that, like that image which I have like shared you. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Go through that combinator selectors, very important, as well as the ones that is done, then come with this. Okay, creating layout using flex. Okay, there are a lot more features inside this, which we are going to discuss in the upcoming classes. Okay, as of now, that is it. You try to like complete the task, and also tomorrow is going to be the holiday for Diwali. Okay, we'll meet you back on like Friday. Okay, yeah,
Upload the video, sir.
yeah,
Okay, sir.
I'll upload the video. You can have it, and also, yeah, happy Diwali, guys.
Thank you, sir. Wish you the same, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, and if possible, Friday I'll like update you. If possible, we'll meet online as well. Okay, for like just this week.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, guys, that's it for the day. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Okay.
And also, these files will be uploaded in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Okay, bye bye.